Let's go, people. Welcome to the PHNX Sun Show. I'm your host, Saul Bookman.
Oh, shit, we're screwed.
I'm kind of co-host, not really the host. And this is my guy, Espo, the one and only, the legend. Here we go.
Hi, puppy. All right, let's do this.
Hell yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
It is game 2, Suns Clippers in Phoenix, just a few blocks south of here. And I think we may be in must-win territory. And what scares me is tonight's matchup. Emma, do we have tonight's matchup over there?
Oh, of course we do. I don't know.
Yeah,
I do.
Scott Foster is here, and he tweeted, "Hey, at CP3, good luck tonight. Let the best man win." So in honor of this epic battle, we also have a special matchup screen tonight that we're going to show you as well. Something our friend Shane Diefenbach put together just for you. Emma, do we have that one as well?
No.
It was in Suns Assignments. We'll pull that up in a little while. I'm freaking her out.
I'm glad we did a rundown before this show even started, people. Awesome.
So sorry.
Let's talk about this while she pulls it up, though. Scott Foster and Chris Paul. A epic battle that continues to rage on. And I'm quite concerned about it because let's look at this. We'll see the record here.
Today's matchup.
Yeah.
Damn.
13-0 when they're in his last 13 playoff games reffing against Chris Paul. Chris Paul has not won a playoff game that he's played in against Scott Foster. That terrifies me. That terrifies me.
It doesn't terrify me. The Suns have just got to play. They got to play good. They got to play better than they have with Scott Foster in the fold. And listen, I know Scott Foster catches a lot of heat. I am not a Scott Foster sympathizer by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm kind of tired talking about the refs, to be honest with you. I'm kind of tired about the bitching and the moaning and the players bitching and moaning and Book getting out of his own headspace with the refs. Like, I'm fucking done with it. Just play ball, man. Kevin Durant got horrible calls against him the other night. You barely saw a reaction at all.
Yeah, and let me be clear. That was not an actual Scott Foster tweet.
No.
That is an account that somebody started and paid to get
Thanks,
verified.
Elon. Appreciate you.
So now you can't tell because it looks like it's Scott Foster, but I couldn't tell you if it really is or if it really isn't. It does have a blue check mark, though. Well, holy hell, that would be hilarious if it was actually Scott Foster acknowledging it there. Look, I don't know if there's an NBA script. I've at various times in my life believed that there is. We talked about the new CBA rules that are going into effect that will impact the Suns this offseason. Scott Foster calling game 2, a pivotal game 2 for the Suns, who could fall behind 0-2 to the Clippers. I'm thinking there might actually be an NBA script, and it ain't in the Suns' favor right now. Or this is a redemption arc where, the Slim Valley Reaper and CP3 get revenge on Scott Foster, and they end this streak. Maybe that's what this is a redemption arc.
Maybe it is. Hopefully it is. Hopefully the Suns are they're direct opposition to what the script seems to be right now. So I don't give a shit. I don't believe in the script. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I don't believe in all that shit. I just want to see them win. That's it. And that was in total control of their own performance the other night. I expect them to correct a lot of those wrongs tonight and get the W.
Look, I don't believe in the script likely. Are there curses?
But you do wear a tinfoil hat.
Yeah, are there curses? I don't know. 0-13 seems like a giant coincidence when you look at Chris Paul's win percentage in playoff games not reffed by Scott Foster. It's a large win percentage. So to me, at some point you got to go, is it coincidence? Is it not? But outside of Scott Foster, what's your X factor in this game? What is the most important thing to get the Suns back on track?
To me, it's Josh Okogie. Tonight's Josh Okogie is the X factor. He has got to come through. and get more than 7 minutes of playing time, to be honest with you. It sounds like, from what I'm seeing already, and I'm looking at that.
We'll get into it in a second.
But Josh Okogie has every bit of a chance to do what Russell Westbrook did to the Suns in Game 1. He can change the game with his effort, his energy, but the Suns have got to use him. And that was obviously baffling the other night, why Josh Okogie only played 7 minutes, and Torrey Craig got a lot of the run, and Shamet got 24 minutes. I still don't understand that, and I still can't wrap my hand around any part of that. But I think that Monty has learned his lesson to a certain degree, and that'll change tonight.
The Suns need to figure out who they are. I understand you've only had a total of 9 games now with Kevin Durant, but I'm at the point this team needs to figure out who they are, how they play, commit to that playbook, and go out there and just be themselves. Like, it felt chaotic at times on Monday, or on whatever day that was, on Sunday, I believe it was. It felt chaotic. They felt like they weren't comfortable in what they were doing. This team needs to figure it out, and figure it out quick on the court. The X factor for me tonight is Terrence Ross. Can he have an offensive impact on the bench without being too detrimental defensively? And same goes for if you have to go to TJ Warren at any point, can he do the same as well? They need bench production.
Just so we're all clear, because there's a noob inside the chat. You can play more than 7 minutes without starting. I don't know if you knew that or not, but he doesn't have to start to play a lot of minutes.
Yeah,
Genius.
no, I mean, and he very well could end the game too. Like, I don't like this, but let's talk about the starting lineup since we're hopping into it here. The Suns just released it. Starting tonight, Torrey Craig, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul again. And the Clippers will go with the same lineup of Kawhi Leonard, Nicholas Batum, Zubac, Eric Gordon, and Russell Westbrook. So we're seeing the same exact start, which surprises me because Monty was, seemed like he was trying to outsmart Ty Lue. It didn't work. You'd think the adjustment would go back to the starting lineup that did work, but Monty is committing to this. I don't know if it was because Torrey's offensive output that he had the other night, and he just figures I have to fix the bench rotation, and that should solve for the issue. I'm not sure. I don't understand this. But also, I haven't been a head coach in the NBA for multiple years. So.
Listen, if it works out, it works out. Everybody was very much against it last game. Again, Monty seemingly is playing to the other team's style as opposed to just inflicting their own. He has had a propensity for doing that. Everybody blamed it on the week of him just overthinking it. Well, he's had a day in between and he still is making the same move. So he's sticking to his guns. And I hope for his sake it works out, because I'm telling you what, people, whether he's on the hot seat right now or not is irrelevant. Whatever happens in the series, if the Suns do find a way to lose this series, that seat is extremely hot going into next year.
Well, and tonight is such a huge game in this series. Look, you heard the stat, teams that win game 1 win 75% of the time. It's a bit deceiving. Home teams, road teams that win game 1 win 50% of the time. It's 50-50 at that point, who wins a series. So it's not all doom and gloom. The home team very much can win in those cases when they lose game 1. But when you lose 2,
bye.
It's not.
Especially
it's not
when you lose
pretty.
those 2 at home.
Yeah, because you now have to go 4 or 5 with most of those on the road. Like, it's not pretty what you have to do at that point. So tonight is pivotal to me, and I'm shocked that Monty didn't make that adjustment to put Josh Okogie back in the starting lineup. But what adjustment do you have to make here?
According to Hello, Monty's going to be the first coach in NBA history to play 13 guys and a half. Don't say it too loud, Hello, because he might hear you and he might actually do it. The biggest adjustment for me is taking advantage of the mismatches that you had on the offensive side of the ball. Too many times you let a smaller Clippers team dictate the pace and really not get exposed, especially in the interior. That relies on DA. That will also be a Jock position. I think Jock will see more minutes than Bismack tonight. I don't think you'll see Busy very much tonight because Jock is very good around the rim and taking advantage of those types of opportunities. And DA, hey, listen, we know people are hard on him. They're easy on him. They justify this, they justify that, whatever. DA's got to show out, and he can't get pushed around like he did the other night. He's got to play with great technique. He's got to play much harder on the glass. He doesn't need to get every rebound. If he gets 8 rebounds again tonight, but he's blocking out Zubac and other teammates are able to secure those rebounds, I'm cool with that. But if he's not blocking out Zubac and he's allowing Zubac to slap the ball back out to the perimeter so his guys can get it, that's the problem.
I want him to communicate more defensively too. I think they were lost in the first few quarters of that game. You saw a lot of those guys get those easy baskets. DA's communication on defense is a big key to me. But look, if they have not cleaned up the fundamentals, simply being aware of where Russ is, boxing him out, it's going to cost them again at end of quarters, and that could be a huge problem again in this game. So I think they really need to figure it out. But to me, the biggest adjustment is get Kevin Durant the damn ball early and often and let him shoot. Let him work his magic. We talked about this yesterday. If he has Nicholas Batum on him again to start the game, I get him bringing up the ball at some point. I get him trying to make Batum have to guard him off the dribble early on. I mean, because to me, Nicholas Batum can't do that in his 15th year in the league. I think that could be a mismatch if you put KD in the right position.
Listen, Batum needs to get exposed. He's a good player, don't get me wrong, but Kevin Durant is a much better player than Nicholas Batum, and he should absolutely mollywop him tonight. Like, they just listen. You have the 2 best players. Well, I'm not going to say the 2 best players in the series, but you have 2 of the best players in the series. Definitely 2 of the top 3 players in the series. That should be enough to overcome what the Clippers have against you. And if the Suns just can't listen, the Suns, and this is also because of Monty, they play to another team's style far too often for my liking, and I'm going to keep beating that drum. You have got to impose your will against these other teams. You can't constantly be in reactionary mode. You have to be proactive if you want to win these games. So tonight, I expect the Suns. Yes, Torrey Craig is starting, but I expect them to enforce their will on the Clippers. I feel like this should be an easy game, a blowout, but fuck, we've seen these games go sideways before, so I have no idea.
Look, it's going to be the little things. It's going to be the effort. They have to come out like this game matters. They didn't come out with that playoff intensity in game 1, and it's why they went in a hole. And you can't fight back in the playoffs that many times. Like, at some point, you run out of the energy. They still have 4 of the best 5 guys in this series. I will stand by that no matter what happens in the series. Based on pure talent, right now with PG out, they have 4 of the best 5 guys on the court. That should be enough to carry you to a victory with or without your bench performing. It just wasn't enough in that game the other night because Chris Paul couldn't hit shots down the stretch. DA struggled on a few of the jumpers as well. And Devin Booker and Kevin Durant weren't aggressive in the final few minutes, and that cost them here. They can't do it again. But let's take a look at what they're wearing tonight. The most important matchup of the game. That is not correct. They're wearing their black City Edition uniforms, according to the last time I checked NBA Locker. All right.
Nope.
Well,
Check it again,
Association
big dog.
Edition, I guess, versus Icon. If this is correct, and I trust Emma, this game just got worse to me. This game just got significantly worse that they're wearing their oh my gosh, it is on Locker. I'm going to throw up in my mouth here. It is on Locker Vision. They do have us wearing the white Association Edition versus the blue Icon Edition. My God, I'm sorry. This game with Scott Foster and the white uniforms, this got worse, Saul. This got worse.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
got worse.
I don't know. The white jerseys or whatever. They're mid.
Oh, now it's visually bad too.
They're
All
mid.
right. Well,
They're mid.
you know what's not visually bad? A can of Neutral Seltzer. That's right. Our friends at Neutral are here now as a sponsor on the program, and we're excited to have them. Their new orange flavor that's right here just got released. It is fantastic. Their seltzers are made with real fruit. This isn't artificial flavor bullshit that you get elsewhere. This isn't crappy plastic jug vodka. This is all the real stuff. This is the good stuff, and you can tell it when you crack in to a Neutral and take a drink. I love their variety packs too. They got watermelon, pineapple, mango, raspberry, single flavor packs like the orange and pineapple. But tonight I'm trying a peach lemonade. Saul, have you tried one of the peach lemonades?
I have not. I didn't even know we had those in stock.
They were hidden in the back of the fridge.
Oh, that's cool.
The lemonade ones are so good.
That slaps.
Yep.
I just steal a word from the youth that work here.
I guess I'll have to take your word for it.
Well, do you want to share? I mean,
No, I don't want to share.
I didn't think so.
All.
I did not think so.
I just didn't know we had this.
I don't think we have anymore. I think I only noticed one in there, but this new vodka seltzer is spectacular, made with simple ingredients. Like I said, like vodka, seltzer, real juice.
Thank you.
Neutral's light and
Appreciate
refreshing taste
Ooh,
will show you what a
watermelon.
vodka seltzer can be. Like I mentioned, flavors include that watermelon, that pineapple, mango, and raspberry, and the new orange flavor. And you know what else I'm excited for? They are the presenting sponsor of our watch parties
Holy shit,
that we're going to have starting on Thursday out at the BetMGM Sportsbook at State Farm Stadium. We will be out there starting at 6, and you can join us for food and drink specials, giveaways, and all sorts of other shenanigans that we'll have going on out there, brought to you by Neutral. Make sure if you find Neutral at your local store, check the show notes for details. We highly recommend it. And our friends we'll get to them in a second. Let's take a look at who we've got tonight as well. I want to see who we've got and who we're betting on tonight. Saul, you look like you're the odd man out. You're really leaning into the Scott Foster factor, aren't you?
Listen, I hate predicting games in the playoffs. I hate guessing what's about to happen. So I think from this point forward, I'm just going to go with the team that I think is going to win, and I'm just going to say that they're going to win by 1. Just book it.
I went a little more aggressive. I think this team, I hope at least, they're going to come out the gates and want to trounce this Clippers team. I need to see some energy, some heart, and some desire to actually win. I want to see a 15-point victory tonight. Desire. Sorry. Anyways, Gerald has the Suns by 8. Lindsay with the Suns by 5 tonight. Those are our picks. Let's see what our friends at the BetMGM Sportsbook have to say, though. Wow. They're actually more confident in the Suns tonight as of right now than they were in the game on Sunday.
In theory, that should be the case.
You would think.
You would think.
But and they lean into it. They have the Suns as an 8.5-point favorite. You can get the Clippers at a plus 290 money line if you're feeling really in the Scott Foster side of things.
I mean, at 8.5, that's not a bad bet.
I mean, Tim Donaghy's like, hey, I'm looking at that money line.
I'm
going to call up my buddy Scott.
Scott Foster's doing his Spice Adams. Like, let's go.
Scott's talking with Tim and going, you might want to take that plus 290 tonight. You might. We'll see how that goes, though. I actually am taking a special pick tonight. They have special curated bets on the BetMGM Sportsbook app for this game, and I took Devin Booker to hit back-to-back threes at plus 1,100. Because if this game's going to be a 15-point victory, you're going to have something special like Devin Booker hitting 2 threes in a row happen tonight.
There ain't a chance in hell Devin Booker shooting back-to-back threes at all.
I can't wait to make my money tonight. Thanks to our friends at the BetMGM Sportsbook. And
I have a better chance of going out there and chucking 2 threes in this game back-to-back than Devin Booker does.
I always feel so much more confident when Saul decides to just totally crap on me.
I've been right for the most part. Like the first buckets this year, I was pretty much spot on all season.
I'm not saying anything. saying anything, but I am happy
Go back
that
to the
our
record
friends,
book and check this one out.
I'm happy that our friends at the BetMGM Sportsbook app have joined us for this postseason and beyond. We're going to be providing you with the best picks that we can from BetMGM, and you can use that app. Use the code PHNX in the app, and you're going to be able to get $100 in bonus bets on your first wager. Here's how it works. You download the app, sign up using the code PHNX, place a pregame moneyline wager in the amount of at least $10 on any market bet at standard odds price, and you're going to receive $100 in bonus bets instantly, regardless of the outcome of your wager. Just make sure to use that promo code PHNX and join us out, like I said, on Thursday for a watch party.
Thursday. It's going to be electric.
I'm just going to keep hitting it because this is going to be the best place to watch the Suns road playoff games with us at the BetMGM Sportsbook at State Farm Stadium starting at 6 p.m. Make sure to join us for giveaways. BetMGM is going to be doing all sorts of great stuff. And as we mentioned, Neutral will be presenting it. Check out the show notes for full offer and details. And now listen to Shane talk about the disclaimer.
Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
Next, during the post game, I want to see if we can write down each state that he says and who can get it correct.
Oh my gosh.
He talks so damn fast in there. Last topic before we head out to watch the game here. The money counting guy. We got confirmation that was him who pissed off Russell Westbrook because his daughter outed him on, I believe it was TikTok.
Yep.
He outed him. She outed him on TikTok, said that is my dad. Then did a video and said, my dad was in the wrong. And basically that she's embarrassed by him. So my question becomes, do you ban this guy from the arena?
I don't care about this dude. I don't care about this guy at all. At all. I didn't care about the Suns and 4 guy. I don't care about this dude. I just wish we could just, we kind of look a little, kind of stupid.
Look, I've told
they are representing the Suns fan base right now on a national level, unfortunately.
Oh no, believe me, I wholeheartedly agree with that. This is a bad look for Suns fans, but I've told you the Kobe story, right? About with Vince Marotta and everything. These guys take this shit personally. And they take it out to the court, wanting to take it out on the team that the fans are rooting for. So I think he actually had an impact on Russ getting those boards. He gave him extra motivation out there coming out of it. Like, he wanted to stick it to the Suns even more. Stop doing stupid shit is what I'm trying to say.
The Suns and 4 guy, listen. The Suns and 4 guy, when it happened, I loved it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool, whatever. The problem is that everybody in the next 2 series, as soon as the Suns won a game, started chanting Suns in 4. And if you don't think for a second, when we were up 2-0 and everybody was shouting Suns in 4, that Giannis wasn't walking out of that building like, yeah, fuck that. Yeah. And the whole series turned around. And since that point, I'm like, dude, stop saying that. Because the best players, that shit gets them.
And I don't have a problem with heckling a guy, right? Like in the crowd and, chanting Westbrook or whatever. But he said more than that. It's pretty damn obvious he said more than that. Russell Westbrook is not going to try to fight a guy for calling Russell Westbrook in the tunnel, right? One change that the Suns did make, players will not be allowed to go the direction that takes you through that club.
So they make the Clippers take the long way around.
But they were using a shortcut, basically, that they weren't supposed to go through. But there had never been a problem, so nobody did anything. The Suns have now made it clear.
So he ruined
players
it for
can't run.
everybody else.
He did. He made the visitors having to walk.
That'd be really
further.
shitty if you're like one of those season ticket holders or one of those club
no.
guys.
The players can't go.
No,
through
that's
there,
what I'm
right?
saying is like if you had those tickets and you knew visiting players usually cut through, so you get to see LeBron or Giannis or whatever. And now this guy fucked it up for everybody. Like, dude, you couldn't just be cool. You couldn't just talk shit in the arena instead of behind the scenes. Like, man, what a fucked up move.
What I want to know.
One person always ruins it for everybody.
We both have daughters, right? You have a daughter, right?
I do.
Okay. I knew that. I was just confirming. I was just confirming. If your daughter outed you like that, wouldn't you feel a certain way about it? If my daughter went on TikTok and outed me for something stupid I did,
You probably
she
deserved
will
it.
eventually.
Coming from a kid, there's no shot I'm getting on social media and trashing my family unless they deserve it. If that family member embarrassed the family as a whole, sorry, bud.
Listen, my kids are pretty savage. They can dish it as well as they can take it. And so I know for a fact they would put me on blast in a second. Just like I would them. So don't fuck up. Sean, Ava, Kellen, Alex. I know who you are.
That last one, you seemed a little Alex?
No, I know my kids' names. I know I have a daughter, Espo.
I know you have a daughter too. I was just posing the question for confirmation.
Do you have a daughter? Yeah, right.
Man, I would feel a certain way if my daughter went out there and put
your
me on
daughter
blast
for sure
like
will
that.
put you on blast for saying some
yeah.
shit. Just give it about another 5 years. She's gonna be on TikTok like, my dad said this shit and he shouldn't have done that.
No, Espo, I'm gonna teach Ro how to edit, so that way she can take your own clips.
Use my own words against me.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure she might already be willing to do that. But that is that's where we're at. Game 2 about to start. I'm feeling okay. We'll see how I feel after the first 12, 15 minutes of this game like last game. Hopefully they come out of the gate strong. Saul, any final thoughts before we run?
Listen, DA, play big. That's my only thought, because I don't want to hear this fucking chat after the game talking about, oh, he was terrible. Oh, every single time there's a rebound, why doesn't DA get it? I'm so sick of it. So please, ball out tonight so I don't have to see this shit.
Yeah.
Especially Code. Code is always going after me about DA. Deservedly so. But still, I don't want to hear that shit tonight. So Code, if he has 20 and 15, leave me the fuck alone.
All I want is for this team to play so well that Scott Foster is not capable of playing a big role in this. Make it where Scott Foster would have to do something so egregious that it was clear that he was tipping the scales because you're playing so damn well. Go out there, take care of business. He's Saul Bookman. Follow him at Saul_Bookman. You can follow me at Espo. You can follow the show at PHNX_Suns. We'll be back right here after the game, so join us then. Ahoy, hoy.
My lifestyle is retro. Tell the Phoenix Metro. Megas in control and he ain't never gonna let go. PHNX though. Lindsey, Gerald, Espo. Saw past the ball. We here to turn up the tempo. Got to understand me. I'll always rep the family.